Hello everyone, welcome to Grow Channel. Today we're actually here with a very special guest with us, Matt Garza. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
My name is Matt. I'm from a small little town called McFarland. I was raised there, I grew up there, went to school there, played a lot of sports there as well. I have really big family in the community, so I'm really big in the community as well. But I went to school for a bit. I did about 5 semesters in college, and I ended up working a part-time job as a lifeguard as well for a couple summers while I was just going to school part-time.
Really?
Yeah, eventually, man, I found myself getting into the insurance industry, getting into the business world, and
So
I started really liking it.
what made you decide? So like, you did lifeguard, you did other different jobs. Is there any other stuff that you've done in the past?
No, not really. I went to school. I had other aspirations in the past.
Okay.
So I didn't always want to do insurance. I just didn't wake up one day and say, hey, I want to get into the financial services industry. But I always had other aspirations. It was never insurance. I wanted to do kinesiology, sports psychology. I wanted to get into that world of medicine, kind of working with athletes. And
So
stuff like
what
that.
was the purpose for that? What was the purpose behind that?
Of what? Of what exactly?
Getting into the med industry. Why med? So what got you thinking into that?
I was just an athlete, man. I love playing sports. And I just figured, man, if I can find a job where I can work with athletes and do what I like, I figured it's a win-win.
Got it.
So eventually, I started doing insurance part-time. While
So
I was
when it
going
comes
to
to
school.
that, sorry, I apologize. When it comes to that, what made you get into the insurance industry? Because you went from a whole different industry to the insurance. So why insurance?
That's a good question. So myself, I'm really big on my faith. I'm very big on God. And man, I pray every day. Like I said, I'm big on my faith. So when I started doing it part-time, while I was going to school, I just wanted to make a decision as to like, man, I just want to focus on one thing. I don't want to do all these other things. So, I just felt like there was a big calling. And I felt like God was calling me out of the school world. I don't get a job, come be self-employed. And right now I'm in insurance. Right now I'm always gonna have an insurance business, but I think eventually I want to diversify, build other businesses as well. But right now, I just feel like this is where the good Lord has me, and I'm just gonna do my best and try to be a servant and help people every single day. So that's where I am now.
Oh wow, so you would say that kind of God showed you this purpose of following insurance? Is it because you like to help people, or what was the main reason?
Absolutely, that's it. I love to help people, and I have a vision. When I started doing insurance in the beginning, I had no success. I had zero success. I didn't have any clients, and eventually, man, I just had a vision, and I figured, there's a lot of potential. There's not. You can really build a business here, build a clientele long term. You can have success, and again, dude, going back to my faith, I just felt like this is where I was put for now.
Gotcha.
And eventually there'll be other things, but right now, man, insurance has been great. God is good. A lot of clients that I've had that I'm very grateful for. But it's been good. I can't complain. This is where I am now, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything.
Makes sense. Okay, Matt. So, you recently partnered up with me to do funeral services, and it's still part of the insurance industry. Why did you decide to do funeral services on the side?
Because there's a whole different set of people that they're not really looking for life insurance. They're more just looking to pay off the funeral expenses. Not only that, there's a lot of people that can't qualify for life insurance.
Right.
You gotta qualify. You can't just go on and buy life insurance. So a lot of the times when people can't qualify for it, or a lot of people don't really want to leave their family with riches, I just want to pay off a cremation or burial. I want to make sure that my family is not left with a burden, right? So there's a whole different set or group of people that are just looking for the funeral side. And if I can add that in and help them, serve them with that, I would love to. That's the reason why I kind of decided to partner with you guys. I really want to be able to offer my comments.
That extra help from those people. Yeah. That makes sense. You know that what you just said, right, is very important. A lot of people don't know and they don't understand that having life insurance is actually a privilege. It's not something you just buy. It's something you have to qualify for. And a lot of people don't know that, right? And you've been in the insurance industry for a few years now, right?
Six
6 years now. Oh wow. So it's been pretty good for you, right?
Yeah, it's been good. It's sometimes it's up and down, but man, for the most part, it's been good. You know, God is good. I always go back to that. He provides, and as long as you work it also, right? You can't be a lazy guy.
Right.
You can't be super lazy coming in this industry and think you can have success. But man, I like to think of myself as a hard worker. I come to work every day and do my best. So
You know,
it's been good.
sorry to interrupt. You know, one of the things that kind of inspired me about you, and you know, I see with a lot of people, there's a lot of hustlers out there, but I can tell you have a lot of discipline. That's why I kind of also decided to do an interview with you because you know what you do for people out there. You know, it's amazing. You're also helping families. You're providing value to others. Even to your agents, you're also helping them out. Every time I come into the office, you're helping somebody out, and I like that about you. You know. So one more question for you, Matt. Do you have life insurance?
Of course, I have a lot of life insurance. I mean, man, if I was, God forbid, knock on wood, if I was to die tonight, or 10 or 20, 30 years, my family's covered. I made sure that if something happens to me, I don't know when the good Lord is going to call me home, but when that time comes, I made the decision that my family's protected. So when something happens to me, my family's 100%. My family's going to be left with millions. I made that decision to get a lot of life insurance, especially because I'm very young right now. I can get a lot of life insurance for a really, really affordable cost. So it just makes sense to get it right now and set my family up later. It's really important to me to have something. So I made that decision to get life insurance myself.
Are you first generation in your family having life insurance, or your parents already had life insurance?
They didn't. They had insurance through their employers, through their job, but that's it. They got insurance when I got into the industry. So when I learned how important life insurance was, that's when I made the decision to make sure that my parents and my whole family's covered. But before that, they didn't have a private life insurance policy. It was more just do the job. But
Just
when
what
I
they
did-
knew, right? Just what they
That's
knew,
it.
nothing else.
That's it.
You know, and a lot of people are naive. They don't know much about this stuff. That's why it's important for us as brokers, agents, to go out there and serve the community, give them value on what we do. I have one more question for you, brother. Is there any advice that you have for people who don't have life insurance, like the agents, you know, because there's agents in the industry that actually don't have life insurance, right? And you know, the people who are very naive, you know, there's people that actually don't know where to get life insurance. What's your advice to all these people that don't have insurance?
It's very simple. It's very, very simple. I believe that everybody 100% needs life insurance. And if you don't right now have life insurance, that's okay. But if I was just to ask you a very simple question, if on the last 30 seconds of your life, on the worst day of your family's life, if you can make a decision to protect your family or to not protect your family, what would your decision be? I think the answer is very simple. I think it's a no-brainer. It's either important to you or it's not. If the answer is yes, what are we waiting for? Right? It's a very simple question. Man, life insurance is extremely affordable, especially if you're young. You can get a $10 a month policy, a $20 a month policy, $30, $40, $50 a month policy. It's extremely affordable. So to not have life insurance, to me, is unacceptable if it's important to you. If it's not important to you, by all means, that's fine. That's your decision. But if you can go out and spend $20 a month or $100 a month on Starbucks or McDonald's, right, or B-Dubs, something, right? Guys, getting life insurance policies should be a priority, 100%. So if you don't have life insurance, that's fine. But if it's important to you, go ahead and get it. It doesn't have to be for me or Jose. It can be from anybody. I think it's so important that everybody has life insurance. I believe that 100% in my heart. So that's how I believe it's so important, Jose, that everybody should have life insurance.
I agree on that too, Matt. Matt, well, thank you for coming to Grow Channel. I appreciate you, man. God bless you, and God bless you guys out. Take care.